It is almost certain that William Dampier landed on the coastline in 1699. It was the discovery of pearls in the 1870s when this area became known as the largest pearling base in the world. The Japanese turned this trade into a major industry. Harvesting pearls is a dangerous occupation, which explains why the local graveyard looks similar to resting places found in Japan. It contains more than 600 Japanese graves. Many of the headstones are made from the traditional black granite. Broome grew into a large population that peaked in the 1920s. The production of plastic put an end to the pearling industry and the place almost became a ghost town, until the tourists started coming to the area to experience life in this pioneer town. Derby grew up slowly as a small port serving the local pastoralists. It was officially declared a town in 1883. The first Europeans to see this area were probably the members of the Beagle in March 1838. It wasn't until 1879 when the first official exploration took place, when Alexander Forrest led a party to a point near the mouth of the Fitzroy River. This boab tree was once used as an overnight lockup for any troublemakers.
We've already done quite a few kilometres from Broome. We're about to do maybe another 300 tonight. Starting to head into the Kimberleys now. We've got about 200 kilometres to go to Horse Creek. Out of Horse Creek now. The clock's just turned over to 7 o'clock and that makes it I've been on the road for about 12 hours now. It hasn't been as bad as I thought it was driving at night time. Nearly run into a couple of cows, but nothing to really worry about. Saw them in plenty of time.
The township of Horse Creek is typical of this part of Australia, but what I did find interesting was the landscape south of the town. This building was made entirely out of the mud from anthills.
Well, we've been driving through the Kimberleys for the last 2 or 3 hours, quite a few hours actually. Had a pretty good run, been wrapped in the Kimberleys. Not wrapped in that though. Suckling Pass and that. Nice spot for it to happen anyway. Very nice down here. 100 k's to go to Wyndham. So it's going to be pretty windy.
Lake Argyll is Australia's largest man-made reservoir. It is 9 times the size of Sydney Harbour. It's also the key to the Ord River irrigation system. Experiments are still being carried out to find the best crop to grow in this area. Well, right down in that direction is Eucla. A straight line from this spot here, all the way to Eucla on the Nullarbor Plain. And we're going into West Northern Territory. Well, since the last travelling amount of film that I was doing, we've come all the way down to Tennant Creek now. Now it's an awful long distance in between. We're running out of time on this particular trip, so we're putting a few kilometres between us each day. We got as far as Alice Springs last night. Spent the night in a caravan park just there, and then we headed off to Ayers Rock, and that's the direction we're heading now. It's been the best part of a year since I was here last time, but it still amazes me the view. Well, last year I'd tried to get around to this section here, Valley of the Winds, and the road was real bad. It's only about 15 kilometres from the actual from the road that actually leads out to here, but it was been graded, so the road was in a lot better condition, except for the last probably 2 or 3 kilometres. The last 2 or 3 kilometres was really bad, big rocks and everything. There was a bit of water across the road, and it was a bit airy on a couple of occasions, but here I am, Valley of the Winds, and we haven't got much time to stay here because we're just going to have a quick look at the Valley of the Winds, and we've got to get back before sunset so we can get the sunset. And so it was a pretty rough track getting in here, but at this stage it looks pretty well worth it. The track, and so far it looks like we're doing well in actually getting back. All the way through to the Valley of the Winds is quite an achievement, though we didn't really manage to get right into the place and photograph it the way we wanted to, but just getting there and surviving made a hell of a lot of difference. Still a rough track even here.